When the Beastie Boys burst onto the scene in 1986, the three nasally white boy rappers from New York City had only recently abandoned a sputtering career in punk rock. Their debut hip-hop album, Licensed to Ill, would go on to sell 10 million copies worldwide and be celebrated by drunken frat boys convinced that their partying rights were being infringed.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
And they played to stereotype. But the Beastie Boys would change with the times and apologize for the past, while becoming one of the most successful rap groups of all time. When founding member Adam Yauch died in 2012, the Beastie Boys were finished. Now, almost a decade after their last record, they decided it was time to tell their story.
Box. For the LA shows, we should sell Beastie Boys once.
Yeah.
Rolls.
It was kind of a joke at first, wasn't it?
It was like we bought into it and it was super fun for a while. We had ambition, but not like commercial ambition. We didn't see ourselves being this huge rap group on MTV.
Our goal, basically, the high end of dreams would be to get like 3 free drink tickets for a night. Like that's like, it wasn't about, you know, I don't think we ever thought about like where our record would be on the charts.
Then it's this weird thing of when you look out at the audience and it's like, oh my God, wait, you're making fun of this thing and now we are this thing. And now not only that, we're expected to be this thing. And if we're not that thing, then who are we?
I mean, because your fans were not people that you would have hung out with. I mean, by and large, if you looked at,
not that far off from Brett Kavanaugh.
In 1987.
You're a bit of a Kavanaugh fan base.
There's some Kavanaugh influence.
I mean, you guys owned this stuff that you look back on, not in this shameful way, but like that was a young person thing to do.
A lot of people go through that life arc and hopefully own up to their own shit and hopefully can move through it and be reflective on it.
And you can say that, you know, you were a kid when you did it, but you have to own that. You're allowed mistakes only if you own up to it and learn from it. Especially with like fucking Brett Kavanaugh, not making any comments about what it was like to be a high school boy in that privileged thing for him and to just give a middle finger to the whole thing. It's just fucking wrong.
You guys were way out in front of this prior to Me Too movement and things like this. You know, in Sure Shot, I remember hearing that in, I guess, 94 when that came out. At the 1999 Woodstock Festival revival, a number of concert goers reported being sexually assaulted. The subsequent media coverage was sparse, and the concert's promoters played down the reports.
That Woodstock stuff, was like, nobody was really commenting on it at all. It's like, okay, well, let's just act as much as possible like nothing happened and it will go away really, really quickly. And then when Adam spoke up about that, you know, it was like a really uneasy...
The sexual assaults that went down at Woodstock 99, I think we can talk to the promoters and make sure that they're doing something about the safety of all the girls and the women that come to our shows.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember being in there and it was just like, it was like, you know, someone farted up the whole room. People were not in the mood for it.
In November 2017, Def Jam Recordings co-founder and former Beastie Boys manager Russell Simmons was accused of sexual assault by 4 women. He denied the allegations. Since those charges were made public, 14 more women have accused Simmons of sexual misconduct. He's denied those accusations as well. What about Russell Simmons? He comes up a lot in the book. I mean, your career is tied to his in so many ways.
I didn't really know Russell that well. You know, we all hung around a lot together, but like, clearly there was a whole other thing that was happening that I had no idea about, but
yeah.
The whole, you know, being violent is, I
yeah.
definitely didn't know that.
You don't interact with him anymore?
I mean, I literally don't even know where in the planet he's living.
Yeah. In the kind of annals of like hip hop history, where is your place?
I don't actually know.
There's a wide range of perspectives.
Rap music, it has such a quick turnover. Kids that listen to active current rap like could care less about 3 years ago. So let alone 30 years ago, kids don't really care. It's like White Boy Mike from Louisville and us and Third Base. Oh, and Vanilla Ice.
And then Eminem.
Eminem.
I imagine if you were doing what you're doing today, and were as successful as you were today, there'd be like 15 hot takes on, the Daily Beast or something about cultural appropriation on the Beastie Boys.
I actually think we need to have that dialogue. We need to have, the same way we need to have to just have very candid, open dialogues of race and what it's like in America to be whoever you are. But for us growing up, we didn't even question us being white and rapping. We just loved rap music, and we were just like, we're gonna make that. The fact that we got to actually then go on tour with LL Cool J and Run DMC and all these groups that we respected and loved so much was like that was all kind of a dream.
How difficult was it to write this book that is a record of the band without one of the band members who is so key to everything?
If we would have been writing with Yauch, it would have been 3 times as long, easily. And there would have been a car that would have driven out of the car when you opened it, like a pop-up city.
The whole book would have folded up out into being like a theater, and then you'd be sitting in the theater, and then you'd sit there for like 12 hours while the whole story played surrounding you.
And it would come out in 10 years.
Yeah, that's about right.